My brother Kai tried to take his life 2 years ago, right before the Christmas. I received a phone call from my hometown in Taiwan. The call was from my mom's boyfriend. So he was like, "Are you okay?" I say, "Yeah, I'm doing errands." And he was like, "Did you try to commit a suicide?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about? I'm totally fine." So he hung up on me, and then the night I make a call to my mom. I was like, "What is going on?" And she was crying. She didn't want to tell me. And then I was like, okay. Then I called my grandparents. I asked my grandmom what happened. So she said, "Oh, your older brother tried to take his life away." And I was like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Okay, where is he? Is he still alive? How did you guys know?" So she said, "Okay, your mom is in the ER right now because they're still trying to save him. Right now it's very unstable." And I start panic because I couldn't fly back right away because, my family's in Taiwan and I'm here. It's not like I don't have to work or anything. So I was like, okay, then I'm gonna keep on calling you guys for the next couple of days and you gotta, give me the updates. So I talked to my grandmom again and I asked what happened. They say they received a text, so they thought it was me. Yeah, and I was like, why would I text you such things like that? They called the cops, they broke into the house, and then he was almost gone. So they took her to the ER. Luckily, he survived. But the thing is, I believe his arm and the finger was a little bit not functioning very well due to the drugs that he used. I don't really know what did he do to himself, but he was almost gone because he was in the ER. And then I told my mom why did that happen, and then I finally talked to my brother. And then apparently depression has been running to our families. My mom, my older brother, and unfortunately myself. I was on the antidepressant medication a few years ago. And because of my mom was always telling us, you know what, if you want to do things like that, go die outside, don't even come home. So my brother did come to try to take his life away in front of everybody else. And luckily, fortunately, he survived. And I've been praying for him. I talk to him on the phone once in a while. I send him all the Bibles, all the books that can help him. It just affects me a lot because I tried to take my life a few years back then too. I feel hopeless. I feel there's no one for me. And my family never called me for the past 10 years. It's just really, really hard. So I totally understand why my brother, he was trying to take his life, because my mom was never being there to support us as being a single family. Ever since we were young, we've been toasting it away from here and there. So basically we grew up with the grandparents. And I just very lucky, and I go to church a lot right now. I overcome because of the Christ, and then I met a lot of wonderful people in my church. I asked my brother why he tried to take his life. He said because he doesn't want to depend on any one of us in the household. I used to support him financially, and I'm the younger sister. I've been taking care of him ever since I turned 16. I worked double shift, and I went to high school. I went to college. I still support him, and I told him I'll always be there for him. But he just decided he doesn't want to rely on me anymore because he feels he's useless and being abused, verbally abused by my mom. It was just really awful. It's not even worth it because when you leave, you left all the grief to the family members and the families, and that's just not right to do so. It's very irresponsible. You think you can just take away and leave? No, try to solve, try to communicate. Communicate is the key to anybody else in the families, friends, relationship, anything. It's just not right to take your life like that. It's, I think, just wrong, because there's a lot of sources out there, and I believe people truly love you deep down inside. And if you're not willing to open yourself to your friends, I believe someone's always there be able to help you. I think why people decided to commit suicide, because lack of faith, lack of communication, lack of hope, and feel powerless. They feel useless by the family members, being physically or verbally abused by any type of relationship. That's what I think.